Welcome to Let's Talk. Here we will focus on the hustle, the juggle, and everyday struggle of small business. We will be here every week talking to small business owners about their everyday struggles, stresses, and ways they have been able to overcome the challenges of running their business. We welcome questions and comments, so please feel free to email us at admin@PlemonsCPA.com. We hope you enjoy, and above all, we hope it helps. Well, welcome to this episode of the Hustle, Juggle, and Struggle of Small Business. I am your hostess, Thalia Williams. We are proudly sponsored by Pontum Financial, connecting your financial dots. Today in our studio, we have Mr. Torence White from Alamo College District. Yes, welcome, Torence.
Thank you, Thalia. Thank you for correcting my name, because, Thalia, we've known each other for a while, and you call me Terrence? Come on. It's Torence, but that's all right. That's all right.
It's Torence. Correct. He can correct that. He can edit that. Okay. Yes. But I can do it again. Welcome, Torence White from Alamo College District. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Well, thank you, Thalia. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So let's talk about what is the Alamo College District and what role do you play there?
Alamo College District. Well, it's a college. It is a college district. We're comprised of 5 campuses: St. Philip's College, San Antonio College, Northwest Vista College, Northeast Lakeview College, and Palo Alto College. We have around 60,000 students, if not more, enrolled on our different campuses. And my position, I'm the SWIMBY contracting coordinator in our purchasing and contract administration department. Basically, it's our SWIMBY program. And so with Alamo Colleges, the goal is to empower our diverse communities for success. So the way the SWIMBY program falls into that is that our goal is to maximize the participation of SWIMBY vendors on all contracting opportunities and reduce those barriers to help contribute to the growth of the community that we serve. So in a way, we don't want to just mirror the community that we serve, but we also want to make sure that businesses, particularly in our local community, as well as small minority women-owned businesses, they have a fighting chance to succeed. And so that's where the SWIMBY program falls in line with Alamo College, because we're all trying to do what we can to embrace our communities for success.
Wow, that's great. So with the 5 campuses, your needs are vast, aren't
right.
they?
Oh, yes.
Quite vast.
Yes.
So give us an idea of some of the small businesses or some of the services that you will use in your campuses.
Well, that's the thing with Alamo College is we work with all kinds of businesses, whether you're kind of in the startup phase or you're in the more established phase. We work with all kinds, whether you're certified as a small minority women-owned business or you're not certified. There's kind of no limit. We don't just work with construction-related businesses or education-related businesses, but we also take services for, let's say, advertising and marketing, electrical services. If you work on roofs, we take in roofing, plumbing, even pest control. If you sell toilet paper, we want it.
Wow.
If you're selling, we deal with people that do office supplies. Even entertainment services, because on the different campuses there's always some kind of event going on. Of course, with the pandemic, we're kind of limited on that right now. But sometimes we do. We even provide services for, like, if you're going to do a speaking engagement. So we're open to all kinds of services, just about anything you can think of, even deaf interpretive services, because now we're having to do meetings through Zoom, staff meetings or big campus-wide events online, and so sometimes we're going to need a deaf interpreter.
Correct.
And so, there's all types of services that we're open to, and there's no limit. And so, with Alamo Colleges, we have 5 different campuses. That means they all have their own budget, and so at any time, any of them can have any services they need, like right that moment or whatever. So we may get a call from, let's say, Palo Alto College. They need let's just say we need a supply of hand sanitizer. Do you know of anyone local that can get that to us, like, immediately?
Yeah, usually is that way.
And matter of fact, we did experience that right before COVID. We kind of experienced that where our campuses needed like a huge supply of hand sanitizer equipment, everything you can think of for the pandemic. And I was like, but we need someone who can get it now. Do you know of anyone? So it's like, okay, let's do some digging.
Right.
So at any point, so granted, we may have some opportunities posted on our website, but there may be some. Those are usually for the formal purchases that are those are contracts that would be over $50,000. Now we also have contracts or services that may be less than $50,000, and so that's where any college at any point may need something done right away, and so it doesn't hurt to maybe establish that contact, and of course that's where sometimes I come into play, finding those different contacts. So if there's let's say a company that provides electrical services, what I can do is look for the contacts for the different campuses that deal with electrical services, and then get those contacts back to the electrical company. Now I can't guarantee anything, because the thing about it, I think, is just letting them know that you exist, that you're out there, that you can do the work. Show that you can do the work. Show them your capability statement or your portfolio. Show that you can meet the demands, and maybe they'll at least want to get a quote from you or something if something does come up. Mm-hmm. But again, I always, I do what I can to at least kind of get their foot in the door. But it's kind of I hate using this quote, but it's something I always find myself using, particularly in my job. It's the quote from Morpheus in The Matrix when he tells Neo, "I can show you the door, but you have to walk through it." Mm-hmm. So in a way, with my job, another thing that I have to do is look for vendors and help them get registered to do business with Alamo colleges. And so I know that's not enough to just get them registered, but they also have to get familiar with, hey, who can I talk to about the service that I provide? Correct. So then I have to find that information for them. So I can give them all that information, but they have to do something with that. True. It's on them. So that's all I can really do. I can't make any guarantees for them. I can't guarantee that they'll get a contract, but hopefully things do work out. And if they do get a contract, hopefully they do a great job. It could be a $10,000 contract, but if they do a great job and they deliver in time and everything, then maybe they'll be considered for bigger contracts. True. So that's the thing. You have to step up and do the work.
We have Chris Hall from Pontum Financial here with us today. Chris, let's talk a little bit about team collaboration. How important is that to a business?
All you got to do is ask any business owner that's ever owned a business or done anything where it required another person. So I don't know anyone in history who has not had to rely on at least one other person at some point in time. That team collaboration becomes important, especially whenever you're a business owner, because you got to know that all your compartmentalized items or different things that need to be done at different times at different places are all going to get done. So the team collaboration that I'm referring to is the team of advisors that are serving you and working for you. Mainly that Power Five that we talked about a long time ago was, the attorney, the CPA, the financial planner, all those different professionals that are brought into that room at least once a year to make sure that everyone's on the same page so they're moving toward the right goal.
Well, how can we reach you for more insight? Because this sounds very fascinating.
Best way to reach me is probably telephone. You can reach out 210-625-4845. We're located in San Antonio, right off 281 in Bitters. You can follow us on Facebook or LinkedIn. We also have a website that you can check out. It's pontumfinancial.com. That's PONTEM financial.com.
Chris Hall is a partner with Pontum Financial and offers securities and investment products and services through Waddell & Reed, Inc., WRI, member FINRA/SIPC. Pontum Financial is a separate entity from WRI. So how would someone register with Alamo colleges? Because I know it's always a process.
Right.
And you stated earlier that you don't have to be certified, or you can be. So let's talk a little bit about certification. What exactly is it?
Yeah, so certification. So when I say certification, I'm talking about there are businesses out there that identify as a African-American owned business, a Hispanic owned business, a woman owned business. So they identify as that, but they don't have a certification that says that I am an African-American business enterprise, or I'm an Hispanic-owned business enterprise, or I'm a women-owned business enterprise, or even I'm a small business enterprise. And so the way they can go about doing that in San Antonio is throughout Texas, there's about 6 certifying agencies. In San Antonio, we have the South Central Texas Regional Certification Agency. And so what they do is they help businesses that are eligible for that certification. They help them go through, they help them get certified if they meet those eligibility requirements. So if you're African American owned, you're eligible to get your business certified as an African American owned business enterprise. But not only that, you're not only limited to that certification, but you could also be eligible for minority owned business enterprise as well as a small business enterprise. So you're not limited to just one certification. You can have as many that you qualify for. And so with my job, if I come across a business that is eligible for any of those certifications, and there are plenty of them with the South Central Texas Regional Certification Agency, I just let them know that that's available to them. It's not mandatory, and there's no fee. Again, it's one of those things I can't guarantee that it'll give them success overnight. But if they're trying to work with any of the public entities, not just Alamo Colleges, but even Bexar County, City of San Antonio, and a host of others, if they're trying to work with anybody in the government, it helps because a lot of the different public entities, they have what we call a SWIMBY goal, small minority women-owned business prize goal, and so it could be considered a aspirational goal or a target goal. So they're going to be looking for businesses that can help meet that goal. Now, of course, there's a bidding process. They'll be competing against other companies that are not certified that may have more experience and have done more work. But it doesn't hurt to at least put your foot in the door and take a chance on yourself. And you have to look at certification as a way to kind of add money to your business. And so any business that's eligible for that, I highly encourage them to do that. Now, again, it's not mandatory, but it's just one of those things to help them out. Because you have to think, owning a business, it's a process. It's not going to be a sprint. It's going to be a marathon. And so you got to do what you can, any little thing you can to help legally and ethically to help your business be a success.
Correct. And I think the challenge is not knowing what is available to the small business community. That's why we're doing this series on the various agencies and certification to help them better understand other options for them, because some of them may decide to pursue contracts. Some of them may just want to stay in the B2B sphere versus going to the B2G sphere.
Right.
But we want to give them that opportunity because we know the hustle, juggle, and struggle of small business is just that. You have to hustle, you have to struggle, and you juggle trying to figure out how can I get more income in.
Yes.
So with Alamo Community or Alamo College District, see, I've been here too long.
That's okay. That's all right.
I've been here too long. It used to be ACCD.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So with them registering, is it an extensive process? Do they have to provide a lot of documents, or do they just go online? How do they do it?
Yeah. So we try to make a simple process. All they need to do is to get registered with Alamo Colleges. They can go to our website. It's they can either go to alamo.edu/purchasing. Now that's where they can find different bidding opportunities and how to do business with Alamo Colleges. And in that, we'll have a link. It'll be alamo.diversitycompliance.com, and that's where they would go to register to do business with Alamo Colleges. And all they would need to do is fill in all the required fields that basically anything that requires a response, fill that in, and also download your W-9 form. And if someone doesn't have a W-9 form, I do keep a copy that I can provide to them. And so once they complete the application, if everything is done correctly, it typically may take about 24 to 48 hours to get them registered as a vendor with Alamo Colleges.
That's quick.
Assuming that everything is done correctly and that there's no hiccups or anything, that's how it takes about 24 to 48 hours.
Okay. Yeah. That's really good. So the key then becomes knowing what your business is, knowing what services you're able to provide, and then thinking about, do I have the capacity to provide it either to all campuses or just to one? Right. Because I'm looking at, just using your example of the hand sanitizer, man, you'd have to go to Dollar General and buy them all out to fill in some of that unless you already had a supplier. So you have to know what you're capable of. Right. The thing also is it helps you better learn about your business, how you can start positioning yourself, how you can start being better with some of those smaller contracts. Right. I know you talked about, knowing someone and that person at that campus needing this service, that person at that campus needing that service. In your wide array of your database, it's like, what name pops out? Who have you connected with? So it's not just about a name on a roster.
Right.
It's showing up, being there, reaching out. It's a part of that networking and connection so that when an opportunity comes up, you can throw their name in the hat.
Yes.
And that's always key in this environment because we know it's not always about what you know.
It's who you know.
It's who you know.
Right.
Exactly. So if a company is really interested in doing business with Alamo colleges, they need to go ahead and follow the process. So give them that email or give them that way again.
Yes. So what you can do to register with Alamo colleges, go to alamo.diversitycompliance.com. And also you can hit me on email. My email address is twhite85@alamo.edu. And another way to look up Alamo colleges as far as like what we may have lined up as far as opportunities, you can go to alamo.edu/purchasing. And also on that page, we do have our catalog for opportunities that are lined up for the rest of 2021, as well as just a little bit of information about Alamo colleges and like just some of the different stuff that we have going on.
That's nice. That's real nice. Well, Torence, is there any advice you want to give our small business community, those small minority women-owned, veteran-owned even businesses?
I think for all businesses, whether you're starting out or established, I think you never stop learning. You have to do what you can to keep the business running because this is your baby basically. And so, if you're going to get involved with anybody on the public side, if you're eligible for that certification, I encourage you to go after getting your business certified because it may seem small, but even the small things can help your business. And and if you get a contract with Alamo colleges, be ready to work, be ready to perform, show that you can do the work, do a great job, meet the time demands, and that way they will keep you in mind for other projects, bigger and better projects. I think that the only thing I can really say is just keep on pushing, especially during these tough times and everything. We all just have to keep on pushing, whether times are good or bad. You just can't take anything for granted. And so I always like to say just keep on pushing.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Well, this has been the Hustle, Juggle, and Struggle. We've had Mr. Torence White of Alamo College District in our house today. Thank you, Torence.
Thank you, Thalia. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a great day, guys.
All right.
For more information about any of our guests, or if you have questions and comments, please email us at admin@PlemonsCPA.com. And don't forget to check out our website, PlemonsCPA.com, for upcoming events and workshops in San Antonio.
David B Plemons CPA Inc. is providing this podcast as a public service, but it is neither a legal interpretation nor a statement of David B Plemons CPA Inc. policy. Reference to any specific product or entity does not constitute an endorsement or recommendation by David B Plemons CPA Inc. The views expressed by guests are their own, and their appearance on the Hustle, Juggle, and Struggle of Small Business podcast does not imply an endorsement of them or their concepts or any entity they represent. Views and opinions expressed by David B Plemons CPA Inc. employees are those of the employees and do not necessarily reflect the views of David B Plemons CPA Inc. or any of its officials. You should always consult your own investment advisors, attorneys, and accountants before making any decisions concerning your financial matters. If you have any questions about this disclaimer, please contact our office.